this is no ordinary job. You know, this is the silver and black. This is the Raiders. This is a historic franchise. So, you know, when the opportunity came up to stay in Seattle and continue there, or to have a chance to come here and compete with this organization, it was a no-brainer.
Klint Kubiak, the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. A job that everyone knew he was getting. He actually said on the field after the game, hell yeah, I'm going to Vegas. And the NFL, and let me tell you something, if violation, you're not allowed to negotiate with the guy. You're not allowed to offer the guy the contract. And I got a statement from the NFL that they claim it's not an issue. I don't know how it's not an issue. You're allowed to interview. You're not allowed to talk to the guy about a job. You're distracting him. Not that it mattered, but you know what? If the Seahawks had lost that game, it may have mattered. So he knew he was going to be the Raiders coach all along, and 2 days later he's introduced as the head coach of the Raiders via a press conference. And they got a lot of work to do. They got a lot to do. They don't have many players who would qualify as top shelf, and one of them wants out. So they would cut in half the number of red dot players they have. If Maxx Crosby goes, they'd be down to Brock Bowers.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm going to be interested to see how that whole situation plays out. I mean, as far as Klint Kubiak being the head coach of the Raiders, yeah, no brainer. Duh, yes, get it done. We knew it was going to be done. It makes the most sense. I mean, again, we're all looking for the young offensive genius. He's a guy that comes from the Shanahan school of coaching, so everybody loves that. I mean, if you're from Shanahan and McVay, everybody loves it. That's just a known right now. So from that, and then, hey, some of the things that we know work on the offensive side of the ball in the NFL right now. He's a top-notch run game designer. He's top-notch play-action pass game designer, and that's the thing that's kicking butt in football right now. The league is slowly getting away from the spread. That's all ending. And then on top of that, yeah, not only is the offensive genius young, right, got all of that stuff to go along with it, there's a quarterback that's just sitting there, which is another just duh. Yes, he's going to be the number one pick. That schematically fits exactly, I think, with how they want to play. He's going to be able to. Mendoza's a master at play action pass. That's all he damn did in Indiana. So that's going to be, perfect fit schematically with player scheme, all of that, and that's where you love this Klint Kubiak hire.
The idea that, and as one source told me, Kubiak sees the game through the eyes of the quarterback, calls the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and quarterback is going to be the first big question. When he went to Seattle last year as offensive coordinator, the quarterback was Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And Klint Kubiak said in his introductory press conference, Geno's presence was a big draw to the job. Fast forward by a year, he's inheriting Geno Smith. But the issue is going to be what they do with that first overall pick. Kubiak said yesterday there's a lot of tape that needs to be watched before they make a final decision. But the sense around the league is perfect fit between Kubiak and Fernando Mendoza, that Mendoza can do all the things that Sam Darnold did and then some potentially in that offense. The athleticism that allows for the sprinkling in of some designed runs.
Yeah. And
the better they run the ball overall, the better they set up the play-action passes and the downfield shots. So they're going to take a close look at Mendoza. And obviously, I'm not going to say obviously, but they will have potential chances to trade that pick. And at some point, they're going to have to make a decision, Chris. Do we take this guy, or do we take everything we could get in exchange for this guy and address a bunch of other potential deficiencies on the roster?
Yeah, I take the quarterback. They don't grow on trees like this. You got something to kind of frame your organization around. This has been one of the problems of the Raiders. This is why Josh McDaniels got fired, because the front office didn't want to make a trade to get a quarterback, and then there's just nothing. It's like, wait, we can't get anything. We can't get a groundswell going of momentum here. So you need to start at some point building the team around something, and you got the offensive coach who's the offensive genius. He knows how to make the team tough and run the ball, and now you get the quarterback to play off of that. I think that's the way to go. If I were the Raiders, right? If I were the Raiders here, and I'm going to make sure this is clear, because I think Maxx Crosby is the man, the absolute man. but he is at a point in his career and the player he is and where you at as an organization, where I think I would maybe think about trading him, to your point, and go, wait, we're not sure how much he wants to be here. He's awesome. We might be able to maximize value right now more than ever before and start filling in holes for our football team, as you mentioned, like, because there's holes everywhere. That's something I'm very interested to see, the approach here and how tough Maxx Crosby plays the angle of, I want to get out of here and go compete for, the playoffs or a Super Bowl and not be part of a rebuild.
Same thing we said about Myles Garrett last year in Cleveland.
Yeah.
By the time the team is good enough, Myles Garrett is going to be gone.
Yep.
Or he's going to be out of his prime. This is your maximum opportunity to sell high. And if Maxx Crosby wants out, this is your chance. Now, Glazer said last week he'd get more than Micah Parsons. I'll believe that when I see it. But whatever he gets, you solve the problem, you move him onto a new team, and you pick up the draft picks that become young, cheap, and if you use them wisely, potential cornerstone players.
All right. Oh, wait, one thing. And then to your point,
just
real quick, to your point, I do think trade value, he'll probably get every bit as much as Micah Parsons, maybe if not a little bit more, just because you don't have to pay him a $47 million price tag per year to get him, right? So that's the other aspect.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, he might ask for more, but he also might just go, hey, I'm happy to get out of here and make this happen. And his contract, the way it's set up, is going to make it like teams are going to look at it and go, we'll pay that to him. That's no problem, and it's already set up and laid out for us. And, of course, that adds to the value of the trade. So there is some truth to that.
I'm trying to think of the examples where this has happened. Russell Wilson is one of them, although the contract came a few months after the trade. But most guys who get traded to a new team, most veterans who get traded to a new team, guys who have the power to say, I'd like to be traded, they typically like to get a new contract on the way through the door. So I agree with you that the current deal is attractive. I have a feeling the current deal would have to be adjusted to make Maxx Crosby as happy as he can truly be entering a new team.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.